Damn, 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 damn.
We are live. We will let somebody other than Necessary Evil get in here. That butt munch. He's in butthole.
Beautiful man.
No, he's not.
What is that?
Oh shit.
Oh, new Pokemon Go Elite Trainer boxes. "5 minutes of baboons dying in a lion jaw."
That would not be fun to watch.
Well, you never know. This is a fucking live show. Live show. Alright. I guess I should have done this beforehand, but
Probably.
I was stressed.
You were stressed?
Yeah.
I have so much to do. We will get started here in just a minute with this Wednesday bonus live stream. As soon as the cult gets in here.
With this big old fuckfest. Fuckfest, baby. Fuckfest, baby.
If you say so. But be sure. Hey, Jenny's here. What's up, Jenny?
Fuckfest is a little old place where you can contract a venereal disease. Fuckfest, baby. It's a fuckfest, baby.
Gonzo's in here, naturally being his wonderful self, as always, telling us it's about time we got here. I'm not sure if I like the Pasta Boy's name he's bestowed on us. But that's okay, at least he's here. Where were you Sunday, by the way, Gonzo?
Yeah, fuckface. He was at Fuckfest, or whatever.
Shakespeare's here. What's up, Shakespeare?
Whatever the fuck I was just talking about. We should get, how much do you think it would cost?
Too much.
We should get a counter that we can just like press a button for every time we say fuck in an episode.
I'm going to quit saying fuck.
Fuck that.
I think we're going to make this a clean PG show.
Yeah, you do that.
Well,
you have fun not having me as a co-host, because that's impossible.
No, every time you say fuck, I'm going to have electrodes hooked up to your testicles. Every time you say...
Don't talk dirty to me.
Say fuck, I'm going to hit a fucking button and zap you. Because I couldn't say put money in a swear jar because you'd be broke. I'd be a millionaire in about an hour and a half.
That's the song that's going on my Snapchat.
Okay.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bitch.
That's all right. I guess a friend's birthday is a valid excuse there, Gonzo.
Yeah, a valid excuse to watch us at the friend's birthday.
And tell them all to get on their phones. Bump up the damn numbers. We gotta work on this. Play the system that is YouTube with congruent viewers. That's what we gotta do. But it is What the Fuck Wednesday. So we have two things. One thing I want to talk about. I was listening to a podcast. I forget which one. No, it wasn't even a podcast. No, it was either TikTok or a YouTube video. I can't remember which one. They all run together to me now. Celebrity deaths. But with not what you're thinking celebrity deaths. So we'll get into that here once the podcast live stream gets started. There was something else I wanted to talk. I should start writing this shit down.
It wouldn't be a shit show.
Gonzo says he's never had chips with ranch before. Well, ranch is disgusting, so I don't blame you. Ranch sucks. Hope everybody's doing well. Just for those in there now, or those here now listening, when's our Sunday show is going to be fucked up?
Probably.
We don't know when we're going to do Sunday show. It won't be Sunday, though. We don't know. Maybe Monday, but that might be just a colossal waste of fucking time Monday.
Probably. I
Well-
mean, most of anything we do is.
Well, nobody will be here. It's 4th of July.
I mean, who does stuff on 4th of July? Like it's an important date or something.
Gonzo also says Phil seems like a barbecue sauce type of guy. Who doesn't like barbecue sauce?
I think maybe he's talking about chips. Like barbecue chips or dipping chips in barbecue sauce. I mean, either way, I'm down.
I like dipping anything in barbecue sauce.
That's a fair point too.
But I'm not a big chip dipper, other than nacho cheese.
I like to use
or
that.
a nice queso.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that churri cheese that I got you onto
Oh,
that
yeah.
one time.
What's up, Jessica? Welcome.
That's that shit.
Yes.
I mean, how could it be bad? Like, you put fucking chorizo sausage in queso dip.
We will get started with What the Fuck Wednesday here just a moment for everybody that is watching. Jesus. Be sure to, if you are watching and haven't said hi in the chat, be sure to say hi in the chat. Interact with the crazy some bitches that are in there already, because there are some crazy ones like Gonzo. And then you have some really nice ones like Shakespeare, Jenny, and Jessica.
Oh, we're so close to 1,000 followers on Instagram.
So close. Tell your friends.
995.
Pimp us out to your friends. But we will get started with What the Fuck Wednesday bonus live stream.
God damn, Chalupa's a popular little bitch.
Literally. Well, what screen are we on? I think we're on the main screen. Yep, we are. And for those of you in the listening or watching thus far, don't forget we will be going to the Patreon after show after this episode. We did a free preview last week. We will not do a free preview this week.
Nothing's free.
So for those Patreon members, the same rules apply. I will send you a message with the link to that Patreon live stream after this episode. And we just generally sit here and look at each other lovingly in the eyes.
Fuck fest. It's a fuck fest.
What the Jenny? What are you talking about? Who's popular?
Oh, you're fucking that thing over there. The dog.
Oh,
I don't know if I'd call her amazing. I like that dog, but I don't know about amazing.
you weren't very happy with her this morning.
Me?
Yeah, you yelled at her this morning.
Oh, when I told her to fuck off?
Yes, as I was walking out the door, you were cussing at the dog this morning.
Dude, it's
what's
because
up, Lindsay?
she's
Welcome.
fucking, like, she just, like, as soon as you touch that doorknob, she comes next to my bed and just,
Oh, as soon as I put my shoes on, she was darting back there.
and I'm like, bitch, I know you can get up here. It's not that far off the fucking ground. I'm just I'm gonna get her some fucking stairs.
Well, as soon as I get her out of my bed, take her out, and she darts.
I instantly regret that fucking air conditioner.
Well, it's,
Because she wasn't that bad before I put an air conditioner in that room. Now she just wants me she just wants me for my cool air.
She doesn't want to be lonely. That's her problem.
Sloppy
She's
bitch.
an attention whore. Aren't you
I
there,
can share the
Chalupa?
video.
All right, you about ready to get
So
this?
seriously though, if everybody loves us, you should totally share these live streams out on Snapchat and
Yes.
shit.
Yes,
Because
please.
that shit helps.
Gonzo, no, you cannot sleep over. You scare me.
No pillow wall.
Be a lot of walls. I'm sleeping in the bathroom with the door locked in the shower.
Yeah, you might. I feel like if Gonzo ever came over, it'd be like Step Brothers when they're watching cops and shit. They're like, ah! It's just be me and him watching fucking stupid TV shows. Oh, speaking of TV shows, we got to talk about that after we start.
There's a TV. That's what I want to talk about.
The TV show that I got you into?
Oh, we'll talk about that. But there's another paranormal reality show.
Oh my God, is it the one that fucking Kristen Stewart started?
No, I thought
The jolliest, gayest
No,
ghost
we
show?
talked about that one. No, there's another one. We'll talk.
Another one.
We'll
All
talk about here momentarily.
DJ Khaled. Another one.
Yeah. So,
Fuck it. I say we start.
okay, fuck. We're gonna play the intro and get this party fucking started. Ready?
Yeah.
Go. What is up, you crazy son of bitches? It is Phil and Travis here from Ghost of the Night, a true crime and paranormal or paranormal and true crime podcast.
I shit on a Pentecostal church's doorstep one time.
Good to know. But
I exorcised a demon on their steps.
If you cannot tell, it is Wednesday, and what does that mean, Travis?
What the fuck is up, you cock munch pieces of shit?
That is...
Let's see what kind of dumb shit fucking stumbles out of our mouths today.
I wouldn't quite put it that way.
Speaking of the chalupa, why do you come over here and talk to me? I'm going to stab you with the scissors.
I wouldn't put it that way myself, but it is What the Fuck Wednesday, a bonus live stream where we kind of just talk about whatever's on our mind. We do have a few things, or I have a few things I want to discuss with you wonderful people on the live stream and you wonderful podcast listeners. Travis, I'm sure, as usual, is not prepared and has not thought of anything to talk about.
That's why I like these shows.
So I'm forced to carry the fucking load as always.
Well, I mean, you're used to carrying loads.
That would be taking loads, not carrying.
Well, once it's in there.
Anyway, all right.
Okay, I have a good topic to start the night.
Start us off with a good topic. It better be better than that story, your shit story from the other.
Oh, I have shit stories for days.
No,
I told the
don't
story
want
about when I left my underwear in the woods, right?
Yeah, we've heard that. We all heard that story. We don't
About
need
the
that
time
one.
I shit my pants before my ex's grandpa's birthday.
I don't know. No shit stories. What topic you want to talk about?
I've shit stories for days.
Bowel movements.
Okay. If the world were to become completely populated by clones of yourself, what kind of world do you think it would be?
A very lonely world.
It'd just be a bunch of Phils being like, as they walk by each other's houses.
I hate you, fucker. Get off my lawn, fucker.
Don't look at my dog.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a pleasant world. It'd be like Cold War on steroids.
I wonder what it'd be like if it was just a bunch of me's out there. Hilarious, first.
A lot of shit stories.
Oh, there'd be shit everywhere.
There
would not be oceans. There would just be fucking shit pools.
That big plastic island in the middle of the Pacific would just be an island of your
It would
underwear.
be shit.
Shitty underwear.
Shit island.
Yes. Peace, love, and hose. Is that what that says?
I think so.
In my world, peace, love, and hose. There might be love and hose, but probably won't be no peace. Because I'm not a...
There won't be any hose.
Let's be honest. No, there won't be any hose. No, let's be honest about it.
An interesting thought. I think the world would be a better place if it was only me.
What would you... If you were stuck on a deserted island, what would you bring? If you could bring
one item?
Let's go 3 items.
3 items on a deserted island. A knife.
Okay.
That's a good one. A deserted island, some type of a pot or something, a vessel that I can use to boil water.
Talking about weed. I mean, okay.
No, something I could use to boil water.
Okay.
No, I've thought about this way too many times. Like I have serious answers for this.
Okay.
I don't know about the third though. Volleyball's up there.
You're gonna bring a Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I mean, realistically, it's funny.
You're gonna bring Spalding?
Well, no, realistically, it's funny because everybody's like, oh, this is my fire starting stick and blah, 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 blah. And I know how to make a bow drill. No, Les fucking Stroud, is that his name?
Yes.
He said it himself, and I agree with him. Or if you're going out and you think you might get stuck somewhere, just bring a fucking lighter. So a lighter. A knife, a lighter, and some type of a vessel in which I can boil water.
Good choices.
See, okay, but here's where we get into some fucking weird shit.
Okay.
Or some stuff where stuff gets thrown off. Does the lighter count? Because I would naturally have the lighter on me anyway.
Yes, it has to count.
See, that's where I have a problem with all this stuff. Is
Hey, it's
when
my
people
fucking
want to
rules.
when people want to make the that's fine, but like there's never the list of like nobody ever asks what you would bring other than what would already naturally be on your person.
I'm gonna say you only get 3 items, and you have to stick with those 3 items.
Oh, fuck that. Would you rather fight one pig-sized crab or 1,000 ant-sized crabs? Well, I would rather fight 1,000 ant-sized crab because you could just step on them. A pig-sized crab is gonna fucking destroy you.
I don't know. No, not necessarily.
A pig-sized crab?
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Think about how strong a crab's pinchers are now.
Yeah, but
make it pig size. It's literally going to cut you in half.
If you're on a deserted island, let's say you're on a deserted island.
I don't think we're on the deserted island
I'm just
anymore.
saying if we are, I want the pig size. Because they're eating.
I don't.
Food, bitch. Food. Fat boy got to eat. One of those thousand.
Yeah, but you have to be able to make the fire to cook the crab. You can't eat raw crab.
I'm well aware of this.
It's just liquid.
You don't think I would fucking bring some kind of fire starting tool?
I don't know. You'd have like the chalupa, a fucking.
Oh fuck no, she's gone.
You'd have the chalupa.
I'm using her as a life raft.
That big ass bin of M&Ms that I gave you.
There's no room on that piece of wood for her.
I don't know. See, okay, let's go down another rabbit hole that is the same rabbit hole that is what I was just talking about. 1,000 can crawl? Yeah, but you can step on them and smack them and shit. They're ant-sized. I would much rather fight 1,000 ant-sized crabs than one pig-sized one.
It depends on what kind of weapon I had.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It's just a fight. We're not talking about for food.
Are we talking piglet or fucking wild boar size?
Well, he didn't say piglet. He said pig.
But he didn't say boar.
Or sow. It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about size. Okay, even then, even if it's like an 80-pound crab, an 80-pound crab's still gonna fuck you up. Nah. I would still much rather take on 1,000 ant-sized anything.
No.
1,000 ant-sized anything, you can literally step on half of them at a time.
I'd fuck a crab up. You see the size of their brain? Marble size.
So?
You got a stick. The pinchers hit that. Clock that bitch.
I'm just saying, if a crab's claws can break skin at its current size, imagine what it's gonna do when you. Okay, let's say let's just ballpark an average crab. What, like a couple pounds?
2-3 pounds average, probably.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate here and say we're talking about a full-grown boar or sow. Doesn't matter. Let's say what, 800 pounds? Okay, let's say 500 pounds. Let's be not country fair winning fucking pig size. 500 pounds. So if it's breaking skin at 2 pounds and you multiply that by 250 times, it's literally just going to chop you in half. It's going to get you one good time and you're just going to bleed out and die, and it's going to sit there and munch on you.
I'm going to fuck it up.
No, I'll take the ones that I can step on.
Fuck it up.
I will take the ones I can step on all day, every day.
The big one up, and I'll fuck the 1,000.
The 1,000s is not a problem at all. Like, that's literally, like, you could let them crawl. You would be better off letting them crawl all over you, because then you could just, like, fucking on your back and then just roll around. Boom, they're dead.
You're going to take a good bump there. Just throw your back.
Yeah, you just give them a fucking old Cactus Jack. And then just roll around. Boom, they're all dead. And then next thing you know, the fucking pig-sized crab comes rumbling out of the jungle like the one from fucking Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell. And you're just like, ah, shit. Next thing you know, there's 2 pieces of you floating in the ocean. But that being said, like I was saying earlier, let's go down the survival rabbit hole a little more. Same question for you. What would you take with you other than what you would naturally have on your person? This is a much more interesting question because your A, it totally changes your answer. B, well, some of your answers. B, it could drastically improve your survival situation.
Definitely taking some sort of, even though I probably would have a lighter on me since we're going to that category, I'm still going to take some kind of starting flint or something. Because the lighter's eventually going to run out.
That's true, but I'm thinking if you're in a...
You can still use a lighter even after it runs out. You could make a prison lighter.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you got socks that, fall,
Or like, I always have the thought of, like, once I have the fire started, like, you're only going to have to use the lighter once every couple of days, maybe.
But I need a good night's sleep. That motherfucker would go out.
Oh, no, not me. I know. Because the fire keeps the fucking animals away. Oftentimes.
That's true. I'm kind of torn, honestly, between a knife, a big kind of machete, or an axe of some sort. I lean toward axe. I can still do the knife stuff, but it's easier to cut firewood and make structure.
It's true.
I'm leaning toward an axe. Third thing, I'm thinking.
I just thought of something that's gonna blow this thing all wide the fuck open.
I'm kind of torn again between like rope of some sort,
Yeah.
or like fishing line.
Mm.
I think I'd go fishing line because it's more practical. I could Tom Hanks it in Castaway and find some vines and make some rope. I think that's what I'd do. Oh yes, we want to talk about that. Yes, Shakespeare brings up Ghislaine Maxwell got sentenced
Jizzball Maxwell.
to 20 years.
Here's one that really blows everything wide open.
We'll talk about that a little bit here. Shakespeare, your phone. What about it?
Is there reception on this deserted island?
Actually, I don't. I'm not sure if I want it.
Are we surviving or moving? Now
we're
we're
moving.
splitting hairs. If we're just jet setting away to an island,
I want
I'm
reception.
taking my phone, because I want fucking Wi-Fi.
And some of them
I
hoes.
want high-speed
Jessica was talking
Wi-Fi. I
about
want
earlier.
fucking coconut drinks. If we're jet setting to an island and not surviving, I don't want to bring shit. I want to be at Sandals, bitch. Maybe not Sandals, but
I'm thinking. What? Yeah, let's see. So I've fire, hatchet, and probably.
I think a hatchet is probably a better
better-
idea than an axe.
I'm going fishing line or some sort of thin line I could use for fishing.
Mm.
It's pretty much everything else I could make. Or I
See,
could
but you can make
gilligan
stuff for
mallet.
fishing too.
But see, let's be honest. Like the hooks and stuff I could make.
You just make a basket.
Yeah, or some. I'm fucked no matter what. If I get straight on a deserted or on an island top.
I think I'd be all right for a little while.
I hate fucking coconuts.
Mm. I mean, yeah, but we hate a lot of things until we
you
have to
fucking
eat.
have to
Yeah.
eat them. Yeah.
Like I hate you, but you'd be delicious after 2 weeks on top of a Chilean mountain.
Gonzo would take his boyfriend, who sexually molested him, R. Kelly, with him. Oh, his albums, just to remind him of the good times.
How big is this island? That's the
Yeah.
other thing is like are we guaranteeing that we're there for a while? Because in that case, I might take some fucking seeds and start crops. If there's
Okay, let's look at it like this. What if you're on a plane?
okay,
We lost it.
the
The plane crashes. What are you scavenging for?
black box. Duh.
But material, that would be an abundance of things you could use. You'd have to get real MacGyverish, but all kinds of different things you could use.
How much? I mean, what kind of plane crash are we talking? Are we talking like the whole thing's obliterated off rip? It's all sinking to the
there's
mountain,
gotta
or
be, you're
is it-
alive, so there's
or there's
gotta
like time to get like it's filling up slowly. I've seen Alone.
Oh, I've seen parts of it. I'm not big on those shows. I tried to watch Naked and Afraid the other night.
I like that shit though.
It was fucking boring as
I haven't
fuck.
done it in years, but I used to like that shit.
It was boring as fuck. Now, the only one of those, I liked Les Stroud's.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind Bear Grylls as much.
See, that's my problem. Is fuck the cameras. I wouldn't want to do the cameras. You got enough going on.
But I like those two guys, that black guy, that white guy. We watched,
Yeah, the one where they're a little more
bearded
laid back
something.
about it.
yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. See, I like Naked and Afraid XL.
I'm not a big fan of Naked and Afraid.
Have you seen XL?
I think that's what I was watching.
That's the one where they have multiple groups.
Yeah, that was
Dude,
it.
that is the best one because you actually get to see them return to the resort. The people that survive, they take them back to the resort, and you get to see them like they're all wrapped in like fucking blankets or robes or something, and then they just walk them up to this massive smorgasbord of food, and they're like. But
I just, it irks me about the show, Naked and Afraid. Why? What's the point of being naked?
because it brings you it
So it's Survivor, just nudity with nudity. You know what really pisses me off? Of course,
I feel like I do feel like the naked part adds to it. I feel like it has to.
viewer count,
Yeah, but I
factor.
feel like it also has to ease the if you're going to get along with that person and shit, it has to happen quicker. Because you're walking up to each other like, yeah.
I'm dealing with what God gave me.
You want to make a lean-to now?
If I was there with a guy and I'm naked and afraid, it'd be like that one scene in Yellowstone where the Texan rancher goes to Jimmy, I sure hope God blessed you with a big dick because he shored you on brains. That's what they would say to me.
I'm still thinking, yeah, but if in a plane crash situation, you're an idiot if you don't try to find the black box first. Depending on where you crash.
My luck, I'd crash in the North fucking Pole.
Well, in that case, I'm taking everybody's clothes.
Everybody's clothes.
Grabbing all the carry-ons I can get. See, that's the thing is, like, that's always my thing with plane crashes is, like, what if it's, like, one of those ones where the pilot's, like, a G and kind of, like, lays it down, and then somehow everybody else just died? I feel like you could survive pretty well off of that.
How long until, if, say there's multiple survivors on this plane.
How long till somebody
say
kills
you
the
and I
other
are
one?
on a plane, and we, 3 other people, you, me, and 3 other people survive.
Yeah.
How long till we start eating the other people?
I mean, if we don't have food, a shorter period of time. I think it's more realistic how long before the two groups start to form and then they split and go their separate ways. Because it's like, I can't fucking deal with you, Jerry.
Gonzo asks,
I've not seen Black Phone. It's supposed to be like super good though. It's a horror movie.
And Gregory says, Dual Survivor. Is that a show? I've never seen Dual Survivor either.
I was one with like it always had like a hippie guy and then like a fucking special forces dude. That one was pretty good. The hippie guy never wore shoes. He's like, I haven't worn shoes in 11 years. But when they're in the desert and shit, he sure as fuck makes some. They dropped him in like he literally like they fucking dropped him in like the fucking like middle of the tundra or some shit, and like he just wore like wool socks. And I was like, at that point, the wool socks really aren't doing anything for you. Because as soon as they're wet, they're a detriment.
You're fucked.
Yes. At least if you're not wearing socks in the snow, you can like get your feet out of the snow and dry them. But with the socks, you have to dry your feet and keep your feet warm while drying the socks. The socks do nothing for you.
How in the world did we get on this topic?
You started it.
Damn. Anyway, let's get to let's get off the deserted island and naked and afraid bullshit.
Speaking of naked and afraid, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Okay, we can talk about Ghislaine for a minute. Yes, she got sentenced for 20 fucking years. Great.
She's not gonna make it.
Here's my problem. This is my problem. It's been my problem with this whole story.
But she's horribly
under
sentenced. I'm not disagreeing.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not complaining that she got too long. No. What I'm complaining about is, where are the other indictments? You are sentencing this woman to 20 years for trafficking children. She was trafficking them to somebody. Where are the other fucking arrests?
Too important. Too important or too much money.
That's what pisses me off.
As sad as it is, that's all it
takes. That's what pisses me off about
If you're important and you have enough money, you're never going to hear their name. You're never going to see them.
That's what pisses me off about this.
Yeah, like what are they going to do? The judge is just going to be having a fucking cocktail with that person and be like, you know, you owe me one, Ted. No, I don't.
Bill, you owe me one.
Like, no, the fuck I don't.
I'm sorry. Bills, you owe me one.
Yeah.
That just pisses me off. If you
BC and HC, you owe me one.
Yeah. And BG.
A GB.
GB Goldberg? Goldberg was on the plane? BG is the computer guy. We won't say his name.
Oh, GB is a Republican.
Was he on
So is his dad.
Was he on the plane?
No, but I mean, they deserve some heat anyway.
That just pisses me off about the whole thing. Great, you sentenced her to 20 fucking years. Great, amazing. But you found her guilty and sentenced her to 20 years for trafficking kids. Let's do a little bit more investigation and get the motherfuckers she was trafficking for. Who did she traffic these kids for? I mean, 2. Just wasn't all Mr. Epstein.
Well, that's what we've been talking about. Every time this shit comes up, it's
it
never
pisses
going to
me-
happen.
It pisses me off.
Agreed, but it's not going to happen.
I mean, there's a part of me that says, why even bother charging her if you're not going to? You'll fucking let a drug dealer off to get, turn that state's evidence against to get the bigger fish. I believe the bigger fish are the motherfuckers that perform the horrendous fucking acts on these children.
Yeah, but they're probably also sitting on the Supreme Court
Right.
and writing laws and fucking.
I mean, that's
running countries
that's
around
what
the
pisses-
world.
Or make some really shitty movies. I mean, some of the people on that list on the flight manifest to some of those trips is almost comical.
It just all makes sense.
I mean, they're not even fucking A-list celebrities. I mean, some of the celebrities.
I mean,
Like some of the comics that were on there, they're not even good fucking comics. I mean, if you tell me Joe Rogan's on there, okay, hey, big star. A lot of power. He wasn't on the list.
I
I'm
wish
not
Joe
saying he
Rogan was on those flights. He would have taekwondo kicked the shit out of
Let's
all of them.
just say,
Because
yeah.
I don't see eye to eye with Joe Rogan on everything, but I feel like I can say pretty comfortably that I don't think that Joe Rogan fucks kids.
Oh, I can say that pretty well. You can't say anything, but I'm pretty sure you're
Yeah,
right.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
But some of the the comedic people comedians that were on there.
I don't even know.
I mean,
I've heard a couple, but I
Yeah.
don't know confirmed names.
I can't. I've heard they were on there, but they're not even fucking good comedians. It's not like fucking any big names. It's like the fucking the mid acts, not the openers and not the headliners. In terms of popularity. I mean, yeah, I know who they are. They might have had TV shows, but they're still not great comedians. They're not.
Was Ned one of them?
Ned
Mencia?
No, no, I don't think so.
I still think he steals jokes.
Oh, I know he does. I watched some. Oh, that's right. I was rewatched that special you came in when I was watching on the Comedy Store.
Mm-hmm.
That was a whole big thing. Anyway,
He was never even that funny.
I mean, I thought he was kind of funny a little bit.
He was like Dane Cook to me. Like both of them had the style where it's basically they were, and I like Dane Cook, don't get me wrong, but he was like the best at this method, but it was the I'm gonna scream the punchline comedian.
Dane was
He was good. He was a good storyteller.
right and very good. He was a storyteller, and a very good physical comedian.
Yeah.
I mean, you were watching a show. You weren't watching like
He was like Jim Carrey if Jim Carrey was better at pure stand up.
right. Mencia was. I mean, I didn't think his stuff was great, but
If Mencia was a white dude, he wouldn't be funny. If he didn't have all that Mexican this, Mexican that to talk about, he wasn't funny, and he wasn't even fucking Mexican.
Yeah. But here's I'm funny when it comes to comedy. I respect any comedian.
Yeah.
Even
And I'm not trying to hate on him. He's just not my he was just never my style. Like Chappelle is
Dave Chappelle or Chappelle Lacey?
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Is hilarious.
Oh, one of the greatest of all time.
Naturally.
Yes.
Those are the guys that I gravitate towards.
I mean, I love them and can watch, but even
like the guys that seem like they don't need to push it down your throat are the ones that are the funniest to me. Dave Chappelle's one of them. Richard Pryor was one of them. George Carlin was one of them. Tom Segura. Like Tom Segura is my current, like right now, him and Theo Vaughn are my favorites. And like, it's because those dudes just seem like they just happen to be in the front of the room with a microphone.
Right.
Like they would be talking like this normally without the microphone and shit, and you would still be cracking up.
But my point is, I respect all comedians. I can sit down and watch any comedian and enjoy their hour special, even if I don't like. Perfect example of would be Brendan Schaub.
Mm-hmm.
Not a great fucking comedian. You and I have talked about.
I mean he's funny, but
he's got some. I mean, he's all right.
Yeah.
But
he also hasn't had time.
Yeah, give it time. But how he got blasted on his last special, yeah, it wasn't a fucking great special. I
it was
thought,
it was his second special, and the only reason he's got 2 is because he's uber famous, and he was famous before he came in.
right.
Which is another thing people give him shit for.
Who cares?
Fuck you, you hating ass bitch! Like
Yeah.
you're just mad. Oh, he got let in. He still has to go up there and do it.
Right.
Like what the fuck are you telling me? If I know Jeff Bezos and I want to make more money, you think I'm not going to use my Jeff Bezos connection to make more fucking money? Of course I don't want to say used. Of course he utilized Joe Rogan and fucking Brian Callen and all these other comedians that he knew already. No fucking shit he did. It's just like your friend getting you a job at fucking KFC. It's the same shit.
Well, is he really a friend?
Everybody else is just fucking mad because they don't have that leg up.
But I watched both his specials. Yes, his second one I thought this last one was better than the first. Was not a great special by any stretch, but there was moments in it. I chuckled at times.
Yeah.
I didn't say, "Oh, this sucked." Yes, there were parts of it that were you could kind of see the punchline coming.
Well, and there's also the fact that like all these people that want to hate on him, if you had half the fucking work ethic and grind that he had, you would be half as successful as he is.
Right.
Because he's not just a comedian. He makes a fuckload of money off of other ventures too because he grinds on it.
Oh, yeah.
Grinds for it.
Maybe
he might
grind
grind
on it too.
I mean, he does have 2 specials.
But I respect the fact. I respect anybody. We can go down here to the Funny Bone or any of the other. I don't know. Go Banana's still a lot around here. I don't know. On an open mic night, and I can still enjoy, even if the jokes aren't funny. They suck. They blow big donkey dicks. I can still respect them and have a good time because they are doing something. Even the open micers are doing something that I cannot fucking do.
Yeah.
I'm not a funny motherfucker. I mean, I have my moments. I can be funny at times. And I understand how a joke works. I understand the structure of a joke. I hate to tell everybody, comedy is a formula.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is slightly
if
different
you know
for different people.
Yeah, but if you know the formula, you can actually get a laugh.
Yeah.
But to be able to do that consistently, retain the attention of the audience, and still deliver it in a funny way, that takes a special fucking kind of person. And I could never do that. I could never.
Well, not everybody can do it to a certain degree.
And I wish
there are some people that are just better at this shit than other people because that's how they're. Look at Joey Diaz.
Right. Not
like,
a great
literally,
joke,
like,
not
like,
a great joke writer, but fucking hilarious. Maybe
yes.
one of the funniest motherfuckers of all time.
Yeah.
Just telling
like
fucking stories.
Like we're talking about a guy who like literally guys like Joe Rogan and Segura and Theo Vaughn and Bobby Lee and all these big name comedians don't want to follow Joey Diaz.
Right, because he's a fucking
because he crushes rooms.
Right.
Because he's just fucking like that's one of the things he was made to be in the public eye and make people laugh.
And
I don't want to say be in the public eye, but he was made to do like he's cut out for what he does.
And I'm glad he's coming back. He was done there for a while, and he's starting to do it again. Anyway, but there's so many different styles of comedy. Like Stephen Wright is a perfect example. You have Stephen Wright, and then you have who is just basically monotone, sitting there telling basically one-liners.
Yeah,
basically knock jokes, essentially.
Yeah, I mean Mitch Hedberg was kind of the same
exactly.
way. And Mitch Hedberg was hilarious. His delivery was so good.
Was it Jeselnik or whatever?
Yeah, Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah, he's exact Mitch Hedberg type.
Yeah.
It's just punchline. It's not storytelling. And I respect both. You know,
one that like I've always thought was actually really funny when he does stand up that nobody talks about, even though he's pretty famous, not so much because of fucking Daniel Tosh. His stand up is fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
It's a little edgy, but it's fun.
Did
you hear his bit? Did you hear
he's like Bob Saget. You would never think he's as Bob Saget.
Did
Danny
you hear
Taylor
fucking,
is as dirty as what he was.
Did you hear Tosh's bit on if David Beckham and Brad Pitt had a kid?
It's not like he fucked
Dude, oh my god.
Yeah.
He was like, if that ever happened, if I had 3 wishes from a magic genie, I would use 2 of them fucking that baby.
Yes.
He said, is that the Beckham Pitt kid? Is that the Pitt or the Beckham Pitt kid? Is that Pitt cum?
I mean, yeah, but that's Stephen Wright was funny, but it wasn't traditional funny. He's just very monotone, wasn't energetic, but it got the point across and there was a time he was extremely popular, but he wasn't fucking Jim Carrey, for instance.
Yeah, because didn't he kind of peak with when he was in Dazed and Confused?
I think so.
Or not Dazed and Confused, Half Baked.
Right.
He's the guy on the couch.
Oh, that's right. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I respect anybody.
He said you need to go out there and help your friend.
But I respect anybody that can put together even 5 minutes, get on the stage and try to tell jokes. Even if you bomb and eat all the dicks.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it.
Yeah.
And I might even fucking laugh.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, it's just like music.
'Cause
I
I
don't
can't
have
do
to. I don't have to like it. That doesn't mean that I fucking like want them to burn in hell and not succeed.
Because I've always loved. I grew up during the HBO special time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the George Carlin, the Robin Williams, even Billy Crystal and Whoopi Goldberg.
Billy Crystal was a funny motherfucker back in the day.
I wanted
he
to
still
be.
is, but
There was a time when I was a kid. You know, I wanted to be a fucking stand-up comedian.
you know the one I never
Then
got.
I realized I wasn't fucking funny.
You know the one I never got
What?
personally.
Who?
Seinfeld.
I didn't think it was that funny, but like I said, I still respect what he did.
He turned it into a show about literally nothing
Right.
for like 12 years too.
Right. I mean,
Or however fucking Seinfeld was on TV.
I am jealous to the hilt. I wish I could be one of those guys,
Yeah.
but I know I can't.
I know
There's
some
no
of my
way I could do it.
I've had a couple friends and shit in my past be like, dude, you should try an open mic. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I couldn't force. Like, yeah, I'm good at making people laugh,
Right, but
especially
that's a
like
whole
this
other-
is fun and everything. But like, I think I'm funnier in person, especially you get a couple drinks in me and I really start rolling.
Yeah, but
Like, I can pop those one-liners and
Right.
shit all night, but to like purposely do it, I don't think I could
But
do it
if
unless there was a club where like I could go and get half drunk and just go out on stage and be like, what do you fucking assholes want to
But-
talk about?
when you got all those eyes on you in person
Yeah.
and the spotlight's on you, and there's nobody up there with you, you know the pressure get.
Especially if you're
yeah.
not ready for it. I'd
Right.
imagine once you get that first laugh, like I feel like if it was me, once I got that first laugh, I would just like I'd fucking cruise after that.
Gregory says Howie Mandel did hilarious stand up. Yeah, he was all right. I mean, I wasn't a big fan, but like I said, I respect him.
Or Gallagher. Gallagher too.
I'm sorry, I never did get Gallagher.
And, I mean, I laughed at Gallagher, but I didn't.
It's kind of like
He's not. I wouldn't put him on any top tier.
that's like Carrot Top.
And Shakespeare says Steve Harvey.
I think Steve Harvey is he's funnier, I personally think.
When he's not doing stand up.
like on Family Feud and his show.
The Steve Harvey show, I
is
watched the
fucking
shit
hilarious.
out of that when I was a
It's
kid.
hilarious.
Yeah.
His stand up, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, I laugh.
I think Cedric the Entertainer we've talked about this, was the highlight of the original Kings of Comedy. Well, Bernie Mac.
I say Bernie Mac.
was.
Well, yeah.
Bernie Mac was the funniest one.
I
hands
think
down,
Bernie
on
Mac-
TV, stand up, everything.
I think
Dude,
Bernie,
he was so funny in fucking Transformers. That little part that he had
Yeah.
when he was like, "That's my mammy right there," and she said something. He said, "Ha ha ha, bust your head, you old bitch."
I will put Bernie Mac up against anybody.
Would
What?
even his shitty movies were funny.
But
Like Mr. 3000 was not that good of a movie, but I still
I
enjoyed
go
it.
his stand up.
What was the one? Fucking, what was it, Soul Brothers with him and Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
That shit was funny. I cracked the fuck up watching that. It was like it was like if the Blues Brothers was a blaxploitation film.
I watched a special the other day, or a couple weeks ago, about Bernie Mac. And I remember that Def Comedy Jam. When he
Gonzo says you give off Carrot Top
yeah,
vibes.
well, Gonzo,
Hey, I
sit on that and fucking rotate.
I guess
bitch.
I'm one of the weird people. Like, I don't think he's like the funniest guy personally.
Bernie?
He's not my style. No, Carrot Top. I
I
don't
don't-
take shit away from Carrot Top. You know how much fucking money Carrot Top has made with his
His-
prop comedy.
Right. I'm not a big prop. That's why I don't like Gallagher. I'm not a big prop comic
Mm-hmm.
guy. Just like I'm not a big like Rodney Carrington.
Or like Jeff Dunham.
Right. Or the guys with the guitars and shit.
Yeah,
Rodney Carrington was funny,
I will give. Go ahead.
but when he got into the music, it was funny, but it was okay.
It was all the same shit over and over again.
Right. Like Jeff Dunham.
You know the one musical comedian that I do actually like?
Who?
Bo Burnham. I think Bo Burnham's funny.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
And like, or you know who else was fucking funny that didn't really do much after his TV show? Was it Dimitri Martin? He always had like I remember because the first thing I remember him doing on a stand up that I watched, it was like back when fucking Comedy Central used to do like half hours and shit, and it was like he was going through this fucking giant pad of paper with all this different stuff, and the one that I specifically remember was he was like, "This is a chart that shows how hot you are versus how much I give a fuck about your cat."
Gonzo says, "Do you guys remember a show Whose Line Is It Anyway?" Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
I think it's still on, isn't it? Or they tried. They did reboot it.
Yeah, with that one girl from.
I don't know. I just know she's Lana Kane from Archer.
She was in. She did Friends, a couple episodes of Friends. She did Ross for a while. Aisha.
Tyler.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, because like I said, I know her as the voice of Lana
but see,
Kane from Archer.
That's not really.
Love Archer.
That's more improv.
Oh yeah,
and improv
it's funny.
It's funny, dude, but it's not stand-up comedy.
They got away with some shit back in like the late '90s and early 2000s. Like I remember watching that as a kid when I was little, and even when I was little, I was like, "Oh shit, they just did that." Especially when some of them came out as like some of the people that would be on the show were like officially out as gay, and they would make jokes about that, like with them on the show, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
But I
think that's what brought me so close or into comedy so much is I'm like it's okay to laugh at stuff like there's the line of like dehumanizing a person and like taking what we deal with on a day-to-day basis as different human beings and just being like, well, here it is, boom, because they definitely made a lot of gay jokes about the one guy on Whose Line Is It Anyway, the one with the glasses.
Oh,
and then who else came out as somebody else on there came out as gay that was on there every once in a while, I think. I always thought Wayne Brady was gay, but I was wrong.
Apparently wrong. Yeah,
he was funny.
Oh, funny. But
dude,
like
when he was on, when he went on Chappelle's show too, he said, "Was Wayne Brady gonna have to slap a bitch?" I was like, "Oh shit, Wayne Brady said bitch."
But that there's a difference between improv. It can still be funny, but it's not stand-up comedy.
See, and Shakespeare said, Gabriel Iglesias, he's another one of those ones that like I put
Fluffy,
in.
I don't mind him.
I don't either. I think he's funny, but I put him in the same boat as like a who was I talking about before? I don't know. I'm trying to. He's consistent.
Right.
There's not that much change.
He doesn't take a lot of chances.
No.
He doesn't swing for the fence.
He knows what he's good at, and he does it every time.
And that's, I mean, one of the best.
I think he should act more. I enjoyed it. Like when I saw him in Magic Mike, I thought
he had that Netflix show that I watched. A little bit, where he was a history teacher.
Oh no, I never watched it.
I forget what it was called.
Yeah, but fucking The Big Show has a Netflix show.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny for a kid's show.
I tell you, one of the best comics I think working today.
Theo Vaughn.
No, Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker.
He's good. I like Chrissy D. Chris Stefano cracks me the fuck up. Right.
But Schultz will take fucking chances.
So see, and that's the thing is that he's more aggressive and pointed with his, whereas I think Chris Stefano says just as edgy shit, but he's so much more playful about it. Like I've heard, you know how many times I've heard him go on a podcast and talk about how back when he had History Hyenas with
Giannis Pappas.
Yeah.
I don't think Giannis is that fucking funny personally.
Without he's hilarious when him and Chris Stefano were together.
I listened to it a couple times, yeah.
But you know how many podcasts I heard Chris Stefano go on with Giannis Pappas even and talk about how they're the #1 ranked podcast with the LGBTQ plus community. Like just he was like a 5-minute spiel about how like he's the most loved comedian by the transgender community. He was like, chicks with dicks just love me. I don't know. And like he gets away because because every time he does it, he like looks in the camera and he's so playful all the time.
I mean,
he gets away with that shit.
But I think Chris Stefano's got another 2 years. And
Joe Coy.
See Joe Coy. Yeah, Joe Coy's funny. But I mean,
Joe Coy's another one where like Joe Coy's funny,
like fluffy. He doesn't take a lot of chances.
Yes, he like
boom,
where
boom,
Fluffy rides the my Mexican friends and funny sound effects thing. Joe Coy rides the my Filipino mom thing.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that,
right.
and I'm not hating on it. It's funny.
Right.
It's just it's just you're when you figure it out, you fucking nail it every time. Because Joe Coy doesn't miss. Gabriel Iglesias Gabriel Iglesias doesn't fucking miss. All these guys that kind of stay in their lane and don't try to venture out, like they're just not. It's a different kind of thing.
Here's the thing. What I give Andrew Schultz credit for. He's the one. Every one of them should thank him.
Because he moved everybody to YouTube.
He moved everybody to fucking. He did it on YouTube, and they realized. See, in years past, you had a handful of comedians that you knew, because Comedy Central, HBO, all these Netflix, they controlled who you saw.
Yeah,
and that's the beautiful thing about YouTube. You can see some really talented people, and
you would never fucking hear.
And then you can watch bullshit, stupid, dumbass, fat fucks like us too.
Mm-hmm.
But Schultz was a visionary to say, okay, I'm getting my shit to the fucking people. It's still got to be fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we don't have 20,000 followers. You still got to be good.
Yeah.
So we got the beautiful 10 that we have right here, or
excellent,
that we love greatly.
I don't know. This is a great conversation for us to have, though, because we're like two people that love comedy. But I can't say there's no comedian that I can ever say that I hate.
I don't hate any comedian. I mean, there's
plenty that aren't my
that
style.
I don't like their takes. I'm not a big fan of their takes, especially today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have, yes, it's a joke, but there is a little. You do have an opinion. That is a little bit of your opinion.
Well,
you're taking it to the extreme, but
I think a lot of it too is like you know so much more about them now,
right?
Because of social media and all that shit and YouTube. Like it's just like look at some of the shit Theo says. Theo says, like, have you heard him tell the story about how
the white privilege
in his neighborhood they called him the N-word bus because he had a bike and all of his black friends would jump on the pegs on the way to the fucking bus stop.
I mean.
Or the white privilege one when he was like when he was talking missed that, or when he was talking about
I was too
when he was talking about black people talking about slavery being like how could you do this to us? And he was like, bro, I didn't do that. You think I would do all that to you and then move in next door?
I mean, that is one of the funniest bits. You know, that ranks up there for me. That is fucking hilarious.
Well, and I've found myself, especially with podcasts and stuff, my taste in comedy has changed a lot because I've found myself gravitating more towards guys like him and Segura and shit like that. The guys that it's like it's almost like they'd never turn it on, therefore they're never off.
We are going to get to the celebrity death thing I want to talk about. I guarantee it, but we're having too much fun.
Like I've heard so many people talk about Theo Von talking about how they never it's almost impossible to tell, even his friends, like his comedian friends that he hangs out with, like they never can tell when he's like just talking to them as a friend or when he's kind of like working a bit on them and just making it up as he goes.
And here's the thing about Theo Von. I like his stand-up. I can watch his special or clips, you know, but I'm not a big fan of him on a podcast.
Oh, I love
his
him.
podcast. There's just something like.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not the biggest fan of solo podcasts.
When he's running it, like this past weekend, does he still do that? Or is he,
as far as I know.
And he does an interview. I think some of his like ad reads are fucking cringeworthy.
Oh, they are. I think he goes for that.
Oh God, I
think that's kind of his thing.
I can't watch it.
Yeah,
I can't. It's like But you
put him in the room with the right
King of the Sting.
Oh my
Wing,
God, dude! Did
it's
you see him?
Hilarious.
Did you see him when he crashed the Michael Rappaport episode of Fighter and the Kid? After the
no, I don't.
What was it when they were giving out the belt for Fans Choice Awards or whatever the fuck? Oh my God, Michael Rappaport was in there like making his case for why he should have won. Yeah. And
because that was when they had studios.
They had studios next to each other, and then here comes the door opens, and Theo comes in fucking wrestling pants, wrestling boots, fucking like some pit viper shades with the fucking like oiled up with the belt, and he's just got all these one-liners referring to the belt, like the fucking what is it? If you want to feel the steel, if you want to enjoy the alloy.
He is quick.
Dude.
He is funny.
He's just.
But like this past weekend, I can't fucking watch. I've tried to.
And
watch.
the fucking crazy thing is that he's always been like that. Because when I watched the season of Road Rules he was on, he was fucking weird and hilarious on that too. And he was like 22.
And trust me, I know it's hard to fucking do a podcast by yourself. I know first fucking hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. But there is one comedian that can fucking do it, and I can watch it every time.
Who?
There's two. I'm sorry, two comedians.
So Chris D'Elia's isn't bad.
Chris D'Elia and Bill Burr. They don't even have fucking guests. It's just them in front of a microphone being funny as fuck.
See, but they're also funny when you put them on other ones.
Right, yeah.
Like Chris D'Elia on Chris D'Elia on Fighter and the Kid. Like that was Fighter and the Kid was when I really started to dive into Chris D'Elia.
Right.
Because have you seen the episode where it's Brian and Chris D'Elia, and then Will Sasso shows up halfway through?
Mm-hmm.
Dude. It was instant gold from the minute he walked in that room. But he's another one of those ones. I don't fucking understand why Will Sasso doesn't have a stand-up career. He is one of the funniest motherfuckers on the face of the earth.
Because Will Sasso kind of went the acting route.
He did, but he could. He 100% could. He could.
He's more of the old model. Mm-hmm. To where, and this Joe Rogan talks about this a lot, where people got into comedy, did the stand-up to get into acting. Yeah. Where, like Joe said, fuck that acting shit. He tried it, did it, and had a successful...
But he also wasn't very good at it.
Well, I mean, he was good at news radio, and then he parlayed that into
Fear Factor. I don't think that was really that much acting.
I watched news radio. He played a good fucking meathead.
Yeah, he wasn't acting.
But that was a great class.
Not that he's not an intellectual smart person or anything, but like he's also kind of a meathead. He's a bro.
But I will give that he is, but he isn't. He's
not an idiot.
He's one of the smartest bros you'll ever fucking meet. So that's Brendan Schaub.
Either that or he will shut the fuck up to learn from somebody who's smarter than him.
But news radio was a great fucking cast. Phil Hartman.
Yeah, you win automatically when you put together the right cast.
As much as I hate Andy Dick. Andy fucking Dick.
Andy Dick. I love Andy
He was fucking hilarious on there. And the one girl I forget.
Didn't he ask Brendan Schaub if he'd like blow him or something like that?
Probably. Does not surprise me. But Joe just said, fuck that shit. Focus on your stand-up.
Like the fucking Juggalo kid. Fuck that shit.
Just
jump on this microwave.
Stand-ups is it. And now everybody's kind of doing that. To where Will Sasso kind of the old route.
God, he's so goddamn funny.
Oh,
though.
He is fucking
Holy
funny.
Like that guy will make me like cry laughing on a podcast.
I mean,
when he was talking about fighting, like how he would only fight Brian Callen if he was fighting CM Punk at the same time, and they had to do it in a giant cereal bowl, and it was in the middle of it was at a UFC pay-per-view, and then they lower the giant bowl into the fucking middle of it, and then they pour like mineral oil and like fucking molasses in there, and then dude, he broke it down to the tiniest detail. He was like so CM Punk's just and then you just kind of look at each other, and then I come in on the other side just
I'll tell you what,
I was fucking crying laughing.
Let's put a pin in this and we'll continue this.
We've been on for a fucking hour. Holy shit.
We'll continue this conversation on the after show.
Yeah.
Let's get into the two things I wanted to talk about. Did you see? Let's get back to paranormal, because this is a paranormal true crime podcast, not a comedy.
At least on Sundays.
And I will say this: I've thought about doing a comedy podcast. What we've just done for the past hour.
Mm-hmm.
Do that as a podcast.
I don't know if I want that smoke.
No. I mean, we're not gonna call anybody out. I mean, review, like, even watch old specials, talk about them. I've thought about doing that. I've thought about doing that for 2 years. But anyway, you have not heard who has a new fucking paranormal reality show? Apparently, we have the paranormal craze is coming to a fucking end. Mm-hmm. We have reverted to getting fucking one-hit wonders to host shows.
Milli Vanilli.
No. I thought Demi Lovato was enough, but apparently we got to go.
Musician?
We got to go a singer. We got to go deeper.
A singer?
Yes. One-hit wonder. It hasn't been relevant, I don't think, in 10 years.
From my generation or older?
The past 10. I mean, my daughter's generation.
Your youngest daughter.
No, old. I mean,
Because your other daughter's not that much younger than me.
Slight before you.
I don't know. Tell me.
Kesha.
Kesha's not a one-hit wonder.
She's a fucking one hit.
Before she leaves, she brushed her teeth with a bottle of Jack. You uncivilized
one
swine.
fucking song.
No, she had good.
That
she had fucking that
one good fucking album.
Don't stop.
One fucking
And
album.
No, she had that fucking, what was it, Pitbull or whatever? It's going down. I'm yelling timber.
That was Pitbull though.
She was on it
She was
though.
riding that dick.
She had a TV show.
It was horrible. She fucking sucks.
She's not from far from here. I
don't give a fuck where she's
I
from.
don't dislike Kesha.
I don't give a fuck if she lives next door.
I don't dislike Kesha. Like, not my musical styling, but like as a human being, I don't think she's a trash person. Which is, at this point, is all I ask for a celebrity. If I don't think you're a piece of shit,
I don't know about it. I'm sorry. You're one hit.
I mean, I could be wrong.
You're not fucking.
I think she's also a little crazy, which is not a bad thing.
Probably great in the sack.
Yeah, did you see her nudes?
No, I did not.
She wins nudes. Oh, dude, there's one of a guy going down on her. There's one of her with like a dick going up her forehead because she's got a ball in her mouth. There's one with her laying on the bed like with her tits out, and there's just fucking baby gravy strewn about her midsection. Yeah, she wins nudes. There's semen in hers. Well, I don't know. Paige from WWE did pretty well too, but those weren't even nudes. Those were fucking. You can watch her get fucking frosted like a cake on Pornhub. If you didn't know, that's a thing. You can see Paige do porn. Not porn, amateur porn.
I'm looking for real good nudes. I am not seeing any.
What, from Kesha?
Yeah.
Did you spell it with a money sign?
Oh, no. I'm sure it's on Pornhub.
And then there's Haley Williams from Paramore. She's got a titty shot out there. God, she took Scene Girl to the fucking extreme. Her nipples are like the same color as the rest of her skin, which is fucking like white out paper white. I was like, you don't even know how to spell fucking sun anymore, do you? But, you know, whatever makes you right. She fucking killed it, I guess. Like, she'd be making that fucking scene, that alt girl money. Shit, Moon Unit's in this motherfucker.
What's up, Moon Unit?
I don't have the microphone this week. It's still dead. I do have another one, though, I could go grab. Are you really having this much trouble?
Yeah, I gotta reset my settings. Apparently, I can't fucking.
Jesus Christ, I'll do it.
You do it.
Don't you have fucking DuckDuckGo?
No.
Why
I
not?
want Google to know what I'm thinking at all times.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about them tracking me so much as, like, DuckDuckGo just gives you better results.
Anyway, but I'm sorry. When we're starting to go to celebrities to have paranormal reality
Make sure this doesn't turn towards the camera.
Paranormal reality, we're pushing a little bit. Like I said, when Andy Dick has a fucking paranormal show, I'm out. I'm done. We're moving this podcast.
There's one.
I want to rethink this.
Hold on. There's more. That's her too. Where's there's one. Where's the literal money shot?
I'm rethinking this. I might watch this show now.
There you go. Just under the boulders. There's a river, if you will. Yeah.
I'm changing my mind.
I mean, she's
This would
never
be
been
the
shy
greatest
about
reality
this
show
shit,
of
though.
all
She's
time.
been fucking naked multiple times on.
This would be the
camera.
greatest paranormal reality show of all time. Fuck you, Zach Bagans.
Well, she had the TV show because my ex fucking loved Kesha, and she watched the shit out of her TV show. That's how I learned about her for real.
My daughter's.
Well, because we lived together, so it was like, you know what I mean? When I came home from work, I'm like, what's A doing in Pretty Little Liars? Everybody's like, you've watched Pretty Little Liars? Enough.
I've watched.
But
I've
I
watched a lot
don't
of girly TV shows myself.
I don't even remember what fucking Kesha's TV show is called, but like she stayed at the Golden Lamb Inn in Cincinnati on the show because she's not from far from here.
Really?
She's from Kentucky.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Huh.
But you know she does brush her teeth with a bottle of Jack, so
I respect it, but
yeah, like I'll party with her.
And she obviously takes a...
Just try to keep the fucking glitter off me. Jesus Christ.
Shit, if I want that, I'll go to a strip club, damn it.
God, dude, it's like she just fucking bathed in it before she went on stage and did shit.
Yeah. I might rethink this. Anyway, I was watching, like I said earlier before the show, either YouTube or TikTok. It was about celebrity deaths.
Yeah.
Did they
match? I heard they're bringing back Celebrity Deathmatch, just so you know.
Did they...
How the fuck did you do that and pull my fucking microphone?
Hit the fucking... I got this little clip here.
Interesting.
We've all heard the fake celebrities that fake their death, like the Elvis thing. And that was the video that started this. Tupac. I was watching, I think it was at TikTok, that apparently Elvis... she was saying that there was a homeless man died. They took DNA, and it was supposedly Elvis. If it's on TikTok, it's fucking true.
Yeah.
So I dove down a little Google rabbit hole about all the sightings and stuff. People saying they working at basically a Walmart.
Yeah.
Or in Michigan or any.
Yeah, because
people
want to bring that shit up, and it's like, dude, I'm pretty sure science has told us that, like, mathematically, all of us have basically a doppelganger in the world. The human genome can only fucking be so individual before it starts recycling features.
I'm sorry if there's two of me in the world. The world can't handle two of me. Oh shit.
What you were saying?
But the strangest one was there was a conspiracy theory saying somebody saw him, he was a maintenance man at Graceland.
That'd be a good one. If you're going to do it, that's the way to go.
But
under their nose.
I remember when this was really big in the 80s. I'm old enough to remember.
Tupac is Suge Knight's prison bitch. Is Suge Knight's dead, isn't he, now?
I think so.
Good riddance.
I think somebody hit him.
Good.
But
he was a cock.
Here's why I don't think I'm not 100. I don't know whether Elvis faked his death or not, but I can kind of see why. It's not that far fetched to me. When you get to that,
if I was that famous, I probably would too. I would want to disappear too.
There is no place you
see. But my only problem with that is, like, if I was that famous and I wanted to disappear, I would take my fucking kid with me.
And there's a lot of evidence pointing, like apparently Priscilla. Fucked up a couple times, a couple interviews, and it could have just been mistakes, but it's kind of weird mistake with tenths.
Yeah,
Elvis
happens.
It happens, but a couple times.
I fucking.
She did say something like, "Well, I'll have to ask him one time."
Yeah, but that could just be dark humor too.
It could be, but I can
because I do shit like that with my dad all the time.
I think if any of it is true, Elvis is the one that would have done it.
It would make more sense because he was so, like, astronomically famous.
Right. Because I forgot he was only 42 when he
looked
died.
like shit.
I mean, I am fucking several years older than that motherfucker when he died.
You can tell.
I don't look as bad as Elvis.
No. Oh my God, he started popping rhinestones off those fucking suits there towards the end.
I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't do the drugs that Elvis did. But I think Elvis gets a bad rap for.
So why can't the Kardashians disappear then?
Good question.
I'm not a fan.
I know. Well, there was another going down this faking death rabbit hole. There's another one. Apparently, there is a theory and a conspiracy theory. Michael Jackson did it as well.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just as plausible that Michael Jackson was dead 30 years ago and it was just a fucking another human being that they plastic surgeryed into looking like him. What about Avril Lavigne? They say Avril Lavigne died or was killed like a long time ago, and it's like a body double.
Paul McCartney. That's a big conspiracy theory. That Paul McCartney died in a car crash back in
Paul McCartney's a fucking greedy fuck.
But they say that's actually not Paul McCartney. That's a double.
Did you know that Michael Jackson bought the rights
to the Beatles? Yeah.
No,
I thought he owned.
No, I think Paul McCartney bought, or no, he did. You know who else's he bought? Eminem's.
Who? Paul McCartney?
Michael Jackson. You know why?
Smart move.
You know why he did that?
Why?
Because of that one. I can't remember what song it was, but that music video where Eminem like dressed up as him and like did the whole like I think he did like the hair on fire, nose falling off thing in a music video, and I guess because of that, Michael Jackson bought the rights to his discography up to that point. I was like, that's petty as fuck. Why don't you just go finger fuck another young boy and just get over it? Because I don't give a shit what anybody says. Michael Jackson fucking did it. I'll still fucking listen to Beat It and fucking Smooth Criminal and shit, but he did something.
I don't know.
He did something that was not kosher.
Because you would think if he would have done it to anybody. Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin still. Did you see him on Joe Rogan?
Yeah, it's been.
Dude, I just love how before it even opened to the camera angle, like, but when it's just the Joe Rogan logo spinning, you hear it's the best intro ever. You hear Joe Rogan. He goes, "You're surprisingly normal," and like it fades into the camera, and Macaulay Culkin's just like sitting there with like a cup of coffee or something. He's like, "I know, right?" Like.
Oh, speaking of that,
but like, what about the kids that like literally like described Michael Jackson's dick? Because apparently Michael Jackson's dick had some like some spots or something on it.
I don't know.
That's why he turned white. He was a Dalmatian.
Cruella de Vil or whatever. Oh, that getting back to Macaulay Culkin and Home Alone. That is another conspiracy theory I heard on a podcast. That Elvis makes an appearance in Home Alone. I think in the train station or the bus station scene, he's in the background.
The bus station?
You know, when she's trying to get back, I think it's the scene when she meets John Candy. When they
at
the airport. Yeah, that's right. The airport, yes. I think that's the scene.
Why?
They say it's Elvis with a beard. I don't know. I think Elvis would be the one to fake his own death, because the man.
Oh, look, Kesha with a ball in her mouth.
I just don't think. I think Elvis is the one. That man couldn't do any. You don't really understand how famous that fucker was. Everybody knew who he was. But anyway,
of course, there's no good picture
of what Elvis in Home Alone. Or
it's not fucking
with the beard.
That's not Elvis.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying that's what I heard.
That's not fucking Elvis.
How do you know?
Okay. Let me dive into this.
You dive into it. Get balls deep. We'll be here for 2.5 minutes.
I don't know. That
We're
definitely
done.
looks like. Apparently, his name is Gary Grott, and that definitely looks like Gary Grott, not fucking Elvis.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look like Elvis.
That's not fucking Elvis. Fuck off, internet.
The internet.
Debunked.
But
fucking blew it all out of the water.
But like
with one fucking
like what
DuckDuckGo search.
Like
Jesus.
What you said. I think the most interesting would be he never left Graceland. He's a maintenance man there.
I mean, it's the perfect crime.
Nobody would think it. You know.
Like, who the fuck's gonna look at your house for you after you're dead?
But anyway, I think you want to wrap this and go to the after
I could
show?
use a cigarette.
Okay, we are going to wrap this episode of What the Fuck Wednesday. Thank you, everybody.
WTFW.
Thank you to everybody who watched us live. If you're checking this out on your favorite podcast app, you can join us live on YouTube every Wednesday for the What the Fuck Wednesday. Or if you want to get actual subject matter, more so than what we do here, and a little bit more seriousness, or not much, watch us on Sundays. And you can find us on youtube.com.
I don't know about more serious, more topical.
GI or Ghost in the Night. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to us, hit the fucking subscribe button, jackass.
Please. I have children to feed.
Okay.
If I do, it's a surprise to me.
But be sure to follow us on all the social medias. At Instagram is the best way to stay in touch with us.
We got to do something about that TikTok with that light there.
That's all right. But Instagram is the best way to keep in touch with us. Is that you can find us at ghost_night_podcast. Twitter's not too bad. At night_ghost. Facebook, just search Ghost of the Night. And there is a TikTok page which we put up little shorts of us making complete asses of ourselves. And you can find us there at gitn.podcast.
Feel free to hit up my personal Instagram, GITN_Travie. I changed it. I just kind of fucking threw it up. I changed my profile picture too.
You can hit mine up too, but you gotta search for it. Actually, some of you have found me. Some of you have found me. I think Tyler found me.
Well, I mean, you post shit from the show. It's not that hard.
That is true. Like we said, we're going to the Patreon after show, and if you want to get that bonus material, get this Patreon member shit that we do after the Wednesday show.
Did you? Oh, Patreon member shit. God, I was like, hey,
you're a Patreon.
Our membership's not shit.
Patreon membership. I'm not sending you a link, Gonzo. You guys send some money. We gave you a free one last week. Oh, that reminds.
It's $2.
That reminds me. We're going to talk about this on the after show. What we did last week.
Yeah.
We're going to work on that.
What?
Do that more often.
The
FaceTime or the.
Oh fuck yeah! Because I want to go on Instagram Live too when we do.
I think maybe even on a What the Fuck Wednesday. We might surprise a listener. Let's do this. Let me put the socials back up. Go to this is one reason to follow us. Instagram, ghost_night_podcast. We will. What?
I just saw a really good meme. Well, it's not really a meme on Instagram. Actually, it says it's a sign. It says rattlesnakes may be found in this area. Give them distance and respect. As a woman, I just want the same rights as a rattlesnake.
We might do this. So on Wednesdays, definitely do it for the after show. But maybe if things are slow on a Wednesday and we're fucking around, we will FaceTime one of our random listeners who follow us on Instagram, like we did with Gonzo and Tyler. So if you want a chance to be on the show live,
not guaranteeing it happens, but it could.
Follow us at ghost_night_podcast on Instagram.
Yes.
And you got to watch. You got to tune in for that. And say hi in the chat.
I love Gonzo. Just send the link, Sausage Boy. It's $2 to join the Patreon. And literally all of the money from Patreon goes back into the show.
You spend 100 times more than that on KY jelly. Okay?
Just to fit into that singlet.
Yes. Anyway, but if you want to do that, Instagram, and be in the chat on a Wednesday. Be watching us and on the chat.
Yes.
And if you have to talk in the chat, at least say hi.
And like and share the video.
We will pick somebody in the chat and actually FaceTime them. And if you don't pick up, hell will have no fury, like what we would say.
And if you can if somebody comes in the chat that tells us that you sent us, I will tell your fortune.
Yes. Okay. So we are going to go to the Patreon. For all you Patreon members, I will send you a link via Patreon message here in a few.
I'm fucking forgetting that my right hand is the one that's fucking on camera. God, fuck. God, shit. Balls, dick, cock, fuck, motherfucker. There's a clip.
Yeah. There's a clip. There's a clip? Is that what you said?
No, I still haven't found that.
Okay. All right. We will see you on, like I said, Sunday. Probably not. We probably won't see you Sunday.
Yeah, we might have to push that, which works for me because it's my episode, and I haven't started.
I don't know if we probably won't do Monday. If you want us to do Monday, but I don't have plans. I'll be driving. I'll be driving back in town. I think Tuesday is a good bet for the next official episode.
Back to back with.
So we're doing back to back episodes. I think.
We'll play it by ear.
We'll play it by ear. Or if you want to do it, if you'll be here, I'll just call it. You want to run the show? I'll call in. If you want to do your episode.
We can't do that. We can't do that for a topical episode.
I'll call in and say, yeah.
That's an interesting thought. If this ever comes to it again, we could always look into guest hosts.
That is true.
I've never had that thought. That'd be interesting. If we could get the right person, that'd be fun.
We'll work on that. So we'll keep you in the loop on Sunday show. But
wait, hold on. Let me see this.
hold on, let me do one thing. Patreon.com.
Oh, there's the link. There's the link you're looking
GITM
for. Fuck.
Yes, if you want the link, patreon.com/GITM podcast. But that link will get you nothing unless you give us $2.
It's $2.
$2 for there's
Literally every
Probably-
cent that comes into this show, which I don't know if you guys have caught on to this yet, is not that much, which is fine. I love doing it. I would do it for free. But everything from Patreon and shit legitimately goes back into the show.
yes, it does.
Like, there's no personal gain from any of this.
There's just not after shows. There's investigations. There's
Deep pics.
probably at least 40, I would say, exclusive videos on Patreon
and counting.
and counting. So
Feet pics.
it's well worth the fucking money.
Ramen recipes.
You
Stuff.
have to do it through Patreon, Gonzo. Nice.
I
try.
don't even get the fucking link to the Patreon
'Cause
shows, and
you're
it's
on
my.
the
I'm 50% of the goddamn pod. Well,
You're on the show.
42% of the podcast.
You're on the show. All right, we will see you guys. I will give us about 15-20 minutes, and we will get the Patreon link to all the Patreon subscribers.
I gotta go get this vibrating butt
All
plug
right.
out before we do it.
We will see you in just a little bit, and we will see the rest of you eventually for episode 189. Bye.
Bye, Goose.